Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Now at 6:30 on WKYT, we're tracking a major traffic impact in Lexington. A crash involving a cattle truck has shut down part of Newtown Pike. They're trying to corral those cows this morning.
A convicted killer takes the stand to argue why he thinks his guilty plea should be thrown out.
And right now we have some rain across the region, make for wet roadways. When does this rain change to snow? I'll show you that coming up in just a few short minutes.
And with some of that frightful weather heading in, you might want to check out some indoor options for trick-or-treating. Those stories and more. And breaking news as it happens. It's coming up on WKYT This Morning. It's Friday, and it's Halloween. And good morning to you from WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Two good reasons to get up today, right? Friday and Halloween.
There you go. Get up for that.
Yeah.
And then for this change in weather, which is at least going to be very interesting to watch as our temperatures drop through the day. And then what happens tonight? Let's check in with Micah in our First Alert Weather Center. This is a First Alert Severe Weather Day. Good morning.
Yeah, absolutely is. And the severe weather portion of this is not there. So this First Alert Severe Weather Day is put in place to say, hey, we just want you to be aware, be alert that as we head toward the afternoon, off into the evening hours, we can start to see some snow transition. We'll see how it turns out, but really it's tonight and into tomorrow morning is when we can see those impacts on you guys. 40s outside for the most part, a couple of 30s here and there. Your trick-or-treat forecast does not look good. I'll go ahead and sum it up for you. If I'm looking for anything positive out of this, which is mainly rain, anything positive is that we're not looking for a major impact during that time. It's really overnight. And I'll show you that major impact coming up in a few minutes.
All right, the WKYT News team busy this morning.
We start this hour with a huge traffic impact. Part of Newtown Pike is shut down this morning after an early morning crash.
It happened just after 2 o'clock this morning when police say a UPS semi crashed into the back of a cattle truck. And several cows have been on the loose. Some are still on the loose this morning. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live with this traffic alert as she joins us from that very active scene. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, as you can see, this road is still shut down, and at this point, crews are working or have been working to get the rest of these cows that were stuck inside of this trailer out. At this point, I believe they are trying to get the last couple out and onto another trailer so that they can get them all out of here. Just before 2 o'clock this morning, police tell us a UPS semi rear-ended a cattle truck near Nandino Boulevard and Newtown Pike. One person in the UPS truck was taken to the hospital with only minor injuries. Several of the cows got loose, but others were still stuck inside of this trailer. I'm told some of the cows that got loose have been caught, but not all of them. Crews will have to wait until daylight to search for the others. Police say 2 cows did have to be put down because of their injuries. We're told these cows, there's more than 60 of them total, were just sold and were being taken to Bowling Green. There is a veterinarian on scene checking out the cattle, looking to see if any others have any injuries. Once crews are finished transferring the rest of these cows onto a new trailer, they'll have to clean up the actual wreckage from this crash. So needless to say, this stretch of road will be shut down still for a little while longer. This accident happened inbound on Newtown, but officers have both sides of Newtown shut down from Citation all the way to New Circle. Officers again estimate that it will be a little while longer before the road can be reopened. We're live in Lexington. Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
Whitney, thank you very much. Obviously a tough start to what was already going to be a very impactful day as far as the traffic's concerned. You know, 80,000 people are expected to come see the Garth Brooks concerts over the weekend in Lexington.
He's doing 2 shows at Rupp Arena tonight and 2 shows again tomorrow night. It's creating some unique traffic challenges in and around downtown Lexington. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at Rupp Arena this morning with this major traffic alert.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. City leaders believe that these concerts could cause more traffic trouble than basketball games or other downtown events because there's only a 2-hour window between these shows. Now, city leaders say that means that people should expect major parking and traffic issues because tens of thousands of people will crowd downtown for the 4 Garth Brooks concerts. Now, officials are asking people who work downtown to leave the area if possible by 5 o'clock this evening. City leaders say while that may make traffic more manageable, people still need to plan ahead because there are also Halloween events in the area that could make getting to Rupp Arena more difficult. Now, as for parking, if you're going to the 6:30 shows on Friday or Saturday, the Lexington Center is encouraging you to park at the High Street and Manchester Street lots near Rupp Arena. And if you're going to the 10:30 shows, you are asked to park in an auxiliary lot at Old Frankfort and New Circle. From there, a shuttle will bring you here to Rupp Arena. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, some good options. Thanks, Mark. Family and friends are remembering a Kentucky mother who died in a crash. This crash happened yesterday morning on Highway 150 in Lincoln County near Crab Orchard. Investigators say 34-year-old Jessica Moberly was on her way to her children's school for a field trip. She died when a semi crashed into her truck.
Former Kentucky lawmaker, one-time candidate for governor, and convicted killer Steve Nunn took the witness stand to explain why he wants to withdraw his guilty plea for murder. Nunn is serving a life sentence for the 2009 murder of his former fiancée, Amanda Ross. But in court, Nunn said he was told that a guilty plea would lead to a civil lawsuit against him being dropped.
The only thing I was trying to do is save the home that my daughter lived in Bowling Green.
The Ross family attorney testified that there was never a deal to drop the civil lawsuit. Nunn claims his attorney misinformed him and that he should be able now to withdraw his plea. The judge has not yet made a ruling on that. Well, it's a story you only saw here on WKYT News. Our investigative team looked into the safety of helmets used in high school football programs.
WKYT's Miranda Combs talked to Virginia Tech professor Dr. Stefan Duma. He developed the first rating system for football helmets. 5 stars for helmets that are best capable of taking a hit, fewer stars for less satisfactory helmets.
One of the main things we were trying to tell people is that the difference between the bad and the good helmets is dramatic. They all pass NOxI, but do you want the one that just barely passes, or do you want the one that passes by a lot?
We contacted every school system in our viewing area to see how helmets stacked up. 5 high schools had some helmets below 3 stars. Those schools include Dunbar, Tates Creek, and Bryan Station in Lexington. Scott County High School had the worst percentage of what Dr. Duma would consider helmets that need to be replaced. So we talked to KHSAA Commissioner to get his reaction to our investigation. And that commissioner says that attitudes towards injuries need to change. He says too many players shrug it off when they get hit, and that's why helmets need to be updated to offer the best protection.
You really need to be constantly looking at them and not just sticking them on a shelf, wait until next year in the spring and issue them for spring practice. It's got to be an active process.
It also says that while helmets help, there's no true way to prevent a concussion. He also said he's not sure how much emphasis should be put on the Virginia Tech professor's rating system. Obviously his opinion there.
Our time is 6:39 on WKYT this morning, and heading into the last weekend of the campaign, one poll shows Senator Mitch McConnell scoring his best lead yet in the race with Democrat Allison Lundergan Grimes. The new WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass poll found 48% plan to cast their ballots for McConnell. It's 43% for Grimes. For more on the poll conducted for WKYT, the Herald Leader, and our partners in Louisville, go to WKYT.com. And WKYT News will present a special 1-hour edition of Kentucky Newsmakers on the Senate race. We have exclusive interviews with McConnell and Grimes. It will air at 6:30 Sunday evening on the CW Lexington. Well, it looks as if we could have a very messy Halloween this afternoon and evening. If you're planning to take your kids out trick-or-treating, you may want to have some kind of backup plan.
Yeah, here are a few things that you can check out in Lexington. The biggest draw may be at the Fayette Mall from 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. Children ages 1 to 12 can go to Malloween Treat Night. Also, IHOP offering kids 12 and under a free scary face pancake from 7 a.m. until 10 o'clock tonight.
Halloween Fest is tonight at 6 o'clock at Central Baptist Church, and you can go inside the Hollywood Horror Haunted Mansion at Waveland State Historical Site. That'll be from 8 until 11 tonight, so some late hours on that one. Mike has been saying it might be some good advice to have some of those indoor plans.
Yeah,
you know?
I can imagine. Yeah.
Maybe short trick-or-treating if the kids are going outside. Hey, our time this morning is 6:41.
And speaking of outside, let's check out the roads this morning.
Here's Officer Don with our check on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Newtown Pike, still a mess there. It's shut down between Nandino and the Circle in that area because of that accident involving the tractor trailer and the cattle truck. They're still in the cleanup phases there as we take a live look at that and diverting traffic onto Citation Boulevard. Of course, now cutting over to Georgetown Road and getting on the Circle from there. And obviously, we're seeing an impact this morning that you may not expect if you plan to be inbound Georgetown as well. So quite a mess as crews continue to clean that up, and it will be a while, as you can see, before they get that out of the way. On our Waze map, we are starting to see the impact that side of town right now, the impact on the Circle itself in the area, also, of course, on Georgetown and Newtown as well. And then slow traffic because of the rain. Tate's Creek Road already slowing down this morning, approaching Armstrong Mill down to the Circle. It's stop and go there. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, so everybody's sort of playing ahead with these issues we have already today and things we know will be going on later today with the Garth Brooks concert and the trick-or-treaters and all of those things. It's good to have you with us. Friday morning on WKYT.
It goes without saying it's Halloween, but come tomorrow, what will you do with your pumpkin? We have a interesting idea.
Yeah, a little competition on that one.
And I've been showing carved pumpkins all morning long from you guys who sent them in on Facebook. I have two more that aren't pumpkins, actually people dressed up, and I'll show you those coming up next.